Hello and welcome to Ellen Ruth's Soap. I'm Ellen and today I am making a fun soap. It's really simple but it's really awesome. I'm using 100% organic coconut oil for the oils and then for the liquid I'm using organic aloe vera juice. So really simple ingredients. I put a few things in there to amp it up a little, but this is I just got this at Costco. I buy my coconut oil in bulk from Crafter's Choice, great price, but I don't get organic coconut oil, so I wanted to do an organic bar. This is going to be a vegan-friendly bar. I kept the silk fibers out. There's no milk products in it, so it'll be vegan-friendly. It's palm-free, obviously, because there's only coconut oil in there. So that's the coconut oil I'm using. For coloring, I'm going to do a swirl using this superfine Australian red reef clay. It's a beautiful color, and this is the first time I'm going to be using this. It's a natural indigo powder from Brambleberry, so it's going to have a blue and a red swirl in it. For my scent, I'm using a Sweet Fennel essential oil, also from Brambleberry, and it smells really good. I'm not a black licorice fan, but the smell of this it's got that sweet tone to it, so it's really good. I am going to put in my organic colloidal oats, my kaolin clay. I just really like how that makes the soap feel overall, and I felt like it didn't take away from the simpleness of this. So I'm going to pull everything together. My aloe vera juice lye solution is cooling. I'm going to get my apron on and my safety gear, and we'll come back and make some 100% coconut oil soap. All right, I'm back with my oils and my aloe vera juice lye solution here, and I wanted to show you a little something. This was kind of funny. I've never worked with indigo powder before, and I tried to disperse it in water, and it was very hard to mix in. So I had to use this little whiskey blender I got from IKEA, and it foamed up. I think it's going to work fine for coloring, but I will handle it differently next time. Maybe disperse it in oil, or on the bottle it says to disperse it in lye water, and I didn't want to take any of my lye solution out. So anyway, it was a little tricky to work with, but the color's amazing. It's like a denim blue. So just wanted to share how I dealt with that. I also had a little bit of an ambition here. I'm going to pour off, after we get the lye solution mixed in, I'm going to pour off a little and put a base layer down, and then do my swirling for the top. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and mix in my clay and oats, because I want that in everything. And I'll mix that in with the stick blender here, and then I will put my fragrance in also before I start splitting off. But right now, let's just get these additives blended into my coconut oil here. And I need power. There we go. Alright, we've got our additives mixed in, and we'll go ahead and pour in our aloe lye solution, and that's all that's in here. There's no silk, there's no sodium lactate, because the coconut will firm up really good. It doesn't need any sodium lactate to help it along. No silk, my vegan-friendly recipe, and I will have the recipe for this in the description box below if you're curious about the proportions I'm using. I'll put the basic recipe down there, and let's just hand stir this in, because I have made 100% coconut oil soap several times, and I've had it work really nicely, and I've had it go nightmarish, like, you know, soap on a stick. And so I'm a little gun shy here. I'm just going to take it slow, one step at a time. I'm working at just a little warmer than room temperature, probably around 85 degrees here on my lye and oil. So I will pour off my little base layer here, and I want a nice amount. I thought it would just add like a visual interest to have a little base layer. And I'm going to go ahead and add some titanium dioxide to this to brighten it up. With that Sweet Fennel essential oil, I have about 4 ounces of the Sweet Fennel, and I did put in about a half an ounce of orange essential oil just to heighten up the sweetness of it, because again, I'm not a super licorice fan, but this smells really good and I just wanted to sort of give it a little more depth on the scent. So I'm going to blend this till I get a nice medium trace, because I want it to thicken up as my bottom layer. Alright, now I'm going to add a little of my essential oils in here. There we go. There we go. We've got a nice trace going. So we'll get this out and get this down in the bottom here of our mold for a nice little base layer. I'm really happy that it's not speeding up on trace, because I wanted to do a very in the pot swirl, which is kind of intricate, and I want the colors to really stand out. So I was hoping and praying that this would behave itself, and it seems to be, so that makes me happy. Alright, I'm going to jiggle this out and get it nice and even. Alright, and we're going to let that set off to the side while we deal with the rest here. And because this essential oil is behaving so well, I'm going to go ahead and just add it in now, so I don't have to worry about splitting it off with the different colors that we have. And I will whisk this in. And then I'll just go ahead and use my white color container here for one of the split offs. I will go ahead and just do the white in here, since that's where it was before. And now for my very frothy, fluffy indigo powder here, I am gonna just put a couple of teaspoons in, whisk it in, and see how we like it, since I have never worked with this before. There. And here is my red reef clay, and I've just been letting it sit in some water to sort of disperse and soak up. Oops, I dripped. I'll just pour a little in here, and probably a couple teaspoons worth. Okay. And we will just mix and see what we've got before we move forward. So that indigo powder is, oops, my goodness, that red reef clay splashed on me. I got messy hands. Let me clean up. It's really pretty. It's sort of a denim color. Let me pull this out and I can whisk in my red reef clay here, which is lovely. Mix in the titanium dioxide. I think I will go ahead and stick blend these, but first I'm going to add a little more color. This is beautiful, but I really want it to stand out. There we go. Okay. Really neat. And I'm going to use this big one here with the indigo for on my in the pot swirl, just because it's a nice big size and it'll hold everything. So let me check this. Alright, that's firming up nicely. So I think we can go ahead and get blending over here. So I'm going to go darkest to lightest. Sorry, that's backwards. I'm going to go lightest to darkest. So I'll start with the white, and I think I'll probably do the blue last. It's a very grayish denim color. I like it. It's really cool. All right, just a quick buzz to get these emulsified and going through a very light trace. It's a nice light trace. So we'll come over to the red next. Okay, there's a nice, very light trace, and we'll come into our indigo here. Alrighty. Get that out of the way. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just swirl in our pour here. Might save a little for the top. There we go. And now, this is firmed up pretty nice, but I'm going to go ahead and break the fall with my spatula, just because I really want that bottom layer. I don't want it to come through. Okay, we're back the next morning with our vegan-friendly 100% coconut oil Sweet Fennel soap. I can't wait to get in here and see how these swirls came out, so let's get into it. Pretty swirl, but that red clay really dominated. You can hardly see any of the white in there, but it's very pretty. And that Sweet Fennel scent really came through. It smells like black licorice, so if you like black licorice, my husband loves it. He thought this soap smelled really good.